Alright, breezy on ice, man. So, Paulie was saying that he was better than Devin Haney at Devin Haney's age because he fought people at his weight class. And that's what makes him superior at that so-called age. But here's where I disagree with him at, right? If he wants to take that point, fine. But Devin Haney only fought the guy that was willing to fight him. If we look back at the whole situation in 135 with Lomachenko, right? That Lomachenko fight could have happened way earlier, way sooner, if Lomo then become franchise champion and elevate his status, from being the WBC champion, while Devin Haney was his mandatory running around chasing him, trying to get that fight instead of Loma proving that he was better than Haney, could have beat Devin Haney when he was somewhat still younger. He chose to drop the belt. Haney becomes the WBC champion without fighting for the belt because he didn't want no parts of Devin Haney at that point, right? So, now Devin Haney's running out the WBC belt, trying to fight this guy, trying to fight that guy, right? Gotta give the kid credit. Trying to fight these guys. Guys don't want to fight for various reasons. Now, he goes to Teofimo. Teofimo like, oh no, don't want to fight him. Teofimo had a whole story. And then Tio fights Comey. He beats Comey. Then he fights Loma. Beats Loma. Becomes unified. Right? And doesn't want to fight Haney still. Haney's trying to make the fight. He goes on fight Kambosos. Loses to Kambosos. And then Devin Haney has to run around with Kambosos. Kambosos was trying to fight Loma. They were trying to find a way to keep Haney out of the, damn, I hate when I get tongue tied, out of the loop pretty much. And then all failed, had ended up coming back to fight Devin Haney, Kambosos. And then Kambosos makes him go to Australia. He goes to Australia, beats Kambosos, go back to Australia, defend the title, beat him again. Now he's unified at 135. Now, Shakur was calling him out, whatever. I don't know what happened there. That fell apart. But, Shakur didn't want to take a certain amount of money. I guess he felt his name was valuable or whatever. But you got to understand, when you want to fight the champ, you coming in as the B-side, no matter what. That's the end of that, right? Now he's undisputed or whatever. Okay. Decides to move up because nothing left to do at 135, but he does give Loma his chance, right? Gives Loma a shot. People saying, oh, he lost to Lomachenko. It was a close fight, but I had Devin Haney winning. The body work was exceptional. He was exceptional at hitting Loma to the body, and he won that fight. I mean, if you wanted to call it for Loma, I guess you could, but in my opinion, I seen that Devin Haney did enough to win. You just can't squeak by and take the title to the champion. You have to beat the champion in order to be the champ, right? That's the old saying, right? And in no shape or form, I seen where Loma really beat Devin Haney convincingly to make him become the undisputed champion. That's just my opinion, and I'm sticking to that. So now he moves up, fights Danny Be Great, fights Regis Prograis, takes Regis Prograis belt, right? So now he gives Ryan a shot. Didn't have to, but he gave Ryan a shot. Ryan didn't make weight on the scale. He didn't have to fight Ryan after that neither. Took the money or whatever. And this is what happens, right? He lost. Okay. No excuses. He lost, right? He lost. Ryan came in overweight, 3 pounds, 3.5 pounds, whatever you want to call it. Came in over, and he was about 160, I want to say 165, maybe somewhere around there on fight night. Devin also rehydrated too, but still, we're not using that as no excuse. He lost, right? But he got up. People forget that the kid got up the cameras 3 times. I mean, or 4 times, or 5 times, or however many times you want to say he was allegedly knocked down. There was 3 in the fight, so we say 3. That's what he heard a few times. Yes. Did he try to fight? Yes. He showed a lot of heart. He showed grit. It just wasn't his night. Now, I personally want to see the rematch. I'd like to see him redeem himself. I say they didn't give Loma a rematch. Well, let's say if Loma would have beat him, what Loma had gave Devin Haney a rematch. I highly doubted that Loma would have ran it back with him, because he just said, "Oh, I beat him. I had nothing to prove." So, boom, that cancels that out, right? We gotta just be logical with some of the shit we say. We can't just write Devin Haney off as, oh, he's been exposed. It's called boxing. It's the fight game. When you get in the ring with somebody that is not stylistically evenly matched, that's what happens. So I guess Sugar Shane Mosley was exposed when he lost to Vernon Forrest all those times, right? I guess Vernon Forrest was exposed when he lost to the guy that he lost to. I guess Floyd Mayweather was exposed because he had to run it back with Madonna and Castillo, right? So all those guys were exposed, right? Just saying, we gotta keep the same energy. So if Devin Haney was exposed, there was a lot of guys that was exposed. I guess Jamel Charlo was exposed against Canelo because he didn't let his hands go. So what are we doing? I mean, everything is not being exposed. When you get in the ring and you fight somebody that has faster hands and power, and you can't negate that, you don't know how to negate that at that moment, you're gonna lose, right? And that's what happened. He lost. Maybe Ryan has his number. They fought in the amateurs. This is the pros. It's different rules, different things. They wasn't 3-3 against each other in the amateurs for nothing. I mean, it's just Ryan has the equalizer, power and speed, and that will beat you every time. And what Devin Haney had to do was hold the phone and box him. And then he also had to bring. Sometimes you gotta bring the fight to the fighter. Sometimes like the bully, you gotta go to the bully. In order to show the bully not to fuck with you no more. So you have to bully the bully. Sometimes you have to be strategic in doing that. And maybe Devin wasn't strategic in doing that. But all in all, I think it was great. I wouldn't mind seeing it again. This is not the end of Devin Haney. Devin Haney has not been exposed for anything. All fighters have flaws and weaknesses and strengths. And he got exposed for his flaws. And he's still a great fighter. He's young, 25 years old. It's not the end of the world. It's not damaged goods. He's not done. And if Ryan Garcia don't want to run it back, that's fine. But Devin Haney's still a champion. And he just need to recover, get himself right, get his mind right, and do it again. And that's that. But no, Paulie Malignaggi was not better than Devin Haney at Devin Haney's age. Devin Haney was undisputed at his age. And when you're undisputed and you have accolades, you belong on the pound-for-pound list for what you've done. So that's how the pound-for-pound list work. You just can't choose a guy and say, oh, because he's undisputed, you don't think he's pound-for-pound. That's your opinion. It's all opinionated. So, yeah. And it's crazy how Loma stayed on the pound-for-pound list with no titles, right? Isn't that ironic? But, again, we ain't going to get into that. Peace and love as always.